Wait, what? This is why the US military is 50 years ahead of its enemies. My friends, no, okay, stop it. I love America, but 50 years ahead, this is the type of claim that I need strong evidence. But, well, I guess we shall see. Before I go into this, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Radar, ballistic missiles, night vision, the internet, even duct tape. Believe it or not, they all have one thing in common.
They are created by America. Don't tell me all of them are created by the US military. Duct tape?
The internet, even duct tape. Believe it or not, they all have one thing in common. They were invented or weaponized by the US military. For over a century, the Pentagon hasn't just built weapons, it's reshaped the world, on the battlefield and far beyond it. And that legacy isn't slowing down. Right now, the US military is developing technologies so advanced, some look ripped from a sci-fi movie, and others are quietly changing modern warfare in real time. From autonomous drones and underwater robots to exosuits, smart mortars, and missiles that think for themselves, this is the future of military.
Wait, what? Missiles that think... Wait, what? What is this claim?
Suits, smart mortars, and missiles that think for themselves. This is the future of military power. So which inventions are redefining combat right now? Let's start with one of the most dominant trends in modern warfare, unmanned and autonomous vehicles. Rogue One, for example, is a next-generation, rapidly deployable, optionally lethal, vertical takeoff and landing or VTOL, small unmanned aerial system, or SUAS. This cutting-edge loitering munition, developed by Teledyne, was unveiled in May 2024. It joins the company's other impressive SUAS, which include the...
Oh my god, America have a lot of toys. Those look amazing. My friends, how good are them?
Black Hornet nano drone, the Sky Raider and Sky Ranger quadcopters, and
wait, this is like a helicopter.
The advanced Stormcaster sensor and targeting systems. Rogue One is designed to withstand battlefield conditions, operating beyond the reach and abilities of conventional organic weapon systems, with a focus on minimalizing collateral damage and maximizing standoff capabilities. This single-operator drone offers a 30-minute flight time, speeds exceeding 70 miles per hour, and a range of more than 6 miles, even in communication and GPS-denied environments. Rogue One's fusing system features an innovative mechanical interrupt, enabling the safe recovery and reuse of the drone if targets are disengaged or missions aborted. That's very handy. Plus, it integrates advanced electro-optical technology, including FLIR Boson 640 Plus thermal cameras, ensuring exceptional reconnaissance and surveillance capabilities day and night over long distances. It also features...
Okay, so, my friends, all of this is official. Oh my god, I just had a crazy realization right now. Is that a word in English? Okay, I'm gonna speak American. My friends, the thing is, if they are telling us that they have that, can you imagine what they are cooking right now?
Features a novel coupling between sensors and warheads within a gimbaled payload, which enables super accurate targeting. Payloads are mission-specific, modular, and can be tailored for specific target categories. This versatility gives operators the ability to conduct precision strikes against both moving and stationary armored targets, soft-skinned vehicles, and dismounted threats. Another groundbreaking US-made VTOL UAV, being increasingly used around the world, is the Shield AI MQ-35A VBAT. It's a full-size drone, unlike the Rogue One, weighing 125 pounds, with a length of 9 feet and a wingspan of 9.7 feet. It has a maximum speed of 56 miles per hour and an altitude ceiling of 20,000 feet.
It's kinda big. I thought this was a bit more small.
What makes this drone special is that it delivers VTOL capabilities without requiring specialized infrastructure.
Oh my god, it's massive!
Its compact design means it can be transported on the back of an SUV and deployed from almost anywhere. Its single-engine ducted fan propulsion system eliminates the need for launch and recovery support equipment, typical in propeller-driven VTOLs. Also, unlike most other VTOL UAVs, these aircraft navigate horizontally like fixed-wing aircraft, enhancing their operational flexibility and efficiency. They're also really versatile. The VBAT's open architecture network backbone allows integration with emerging applications and payloads, ensuring adaptability to evolving operational needs. In Ukraine, the VBAT's 112-mile range, excellent resistance against jamming, and ability to loiter for 10 hours have provided critical reconnaissance and battle assessment data. And if all that
So Americans gave those to Ukraine?
wasn't enough, autonomous teaming has also already been successfully tested. In other words, these drones can be grouped into drone swarms, and reportedly, Northrop Grumman has built a laser-guided munition called Hatchet, built on the VBAT platform, and as of 2025 is already in production. Imagine a
You know what? With all the wars that we have right now, drone swarm seems like the thing that everyone does.
drone swarm of those. Sticking with cutting-edge VTOL aircraft, the Zava Z2 looks like something straight out of
No, that's first of all, that's not real. That's some type of AI image that the guy is trying to push on us. If that's real, aliens are real.
Sticking with
And I'm not talking about illegal immigrations. Everyone makes that joke when I say aliens. I'm talking about extraterrestrial. I hope I said that correct.
of 2025 is already in production. Imagine a drone swarm of those. Sticking with cutting-edge VTOL aircraft, the Zava Z2 looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. In fact, you'd probably struggle to find a slicker-looking flying saucer anywhere in this sector of the galaxy.
What is
the
that?
Z2 is a one-passenger eVTOL, or electric VTOL, aircraft that transitions from hover mode to forward flight mode and cruises comfortably at 160 miles per hour. It has a range of 50 miles
Oh my god, it's faster than my car.
and a maximum payload weight of 220
By the way, kilometers per hour. See, I love this channel.
pounds. The aircraft has room for a single passenger, so it can be piloted manually, but it can also be flown by remote control, and in the future, an autonomous option will be available. The aircraft has 4 propellers at the end of its wings, 4 electric motors, and is a tail-sitter aircraft, meaning it sits vertically on its tail for takeoff and landing. Then the whole
Sorry, my friends, if I was Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, the guys that have a lot of money, this is the type of things that I would buy, if I could buy. I mean, they can buy, let's be honest. The infinite money buys you everything.
and is a tail-sitter aircraft, meaning it sits vertically on its tail for takeoff and
I
landing.
would be playing with Mark Zuckerberg. Destroyed. Now a swarm of drones.
Then the whole aircraft tilts forward for horizontal flight, so the pilot or passenger, when the aircraft is piloted remotely or autonomously, is in a standing position for takeoff, then in the prone position when the aircraft transitions to forward flight. The Z2 blends the best features of a multicopter with a streamlined wing for improved range and efficiency. It's not strictly a military plane, with use cases like personal air travel, first
That's a demon.
responder missions, search and rescue, police, and air cargo. However, the VTOL capabilities and ability to pick up a passenger mean it could be invaluable in
Okay, sorry. But is this really... I'm not even joking. Is this a real image of this one? This one is also crazy. But is this a real image, or is this them... I don't know. Is this real or not?
getting into difficult places to execute dangerous missions, for example, to rescue wounded or trapped troops or hostages. Equally futuristic looking, but operating in a complete...
No. What? Is that a jet submarine? No, my friends. You guys think the European guy is them? No.
to rescue wounded or trapped troops or hostages. Equally futuristic looking, but operating in a completely different domain is the Manta Ray. It's a new class of long-duration, long-range, payload-capable UUVs, or unmanned undersea vehicles, developed by Northrop Grumman for DARPA. It's the first of a brand new class of UUVs, and it's designed to operate with minimal human intervention, making it suitable for military surveillance, scientific research, and commercial operations. The Manta Ray's design is inspired by the powerful ocean creature from which it takes its name. Its diamond-shaped body and wing-like fins allow it to move efficiently through water and blend into marine environments. It features advanced propulsion systems.
Oh my god, it's real. You know what? This actually remembers me a bit of the B-2 bomber for some reason.
Including buoyancy-driven gliding, which enhances its endurance and stealth capabilities. It's also modular, allowing it to be shipped in 5 standard shipping containers for easy transport and assembly in the field. Tests in early 2024 showed that the manta ray could glide, ascend and descend, turn, hover and anchor autonomously. But that's just a start. Development is ongoing, including novel energy management techniques, low-power underwater detection systems, mission management approaches for extended durations, and approaches to mitigating biofueling, corrosion and material degradation. But it's not just in...
I just want to say one thing. You know the title, the US military is 50 years ahead of its enemies. I'm starting to believe the title is correct. I'm totally not there, but we are close.
In the air and at sea, where the US is upping the ante with regard to unmanned vehicles. DARPA's Robotic Autonomy in Complex Environments with Resiliency, or RACER, program is busy developing the next generation of robotic autonomous military land vehicles. The RACER Heavy Platform, or RHP, vehicles are 12-ton, 12-foot-long, skid-steer tracked vehicles, similar in size to forthcoming robotic and optionally manned combat or fighting vehicles. The RHPs complement the 2-ton, 11-foot-long Ackerman-steered wheeled racer fleet vehicles, or RFVs, that are already in use. These beasts are fully autonomous, powerful, fast, and made for off-road missions. They can handle highly diverse ground vegetation cover, trees, bushes, rocks, slopes, obstructed ditches, and creek crossings over a 15-square-mile area. The RHP utilizes...
Wait. I saw the American parade the other day. They didn't show this one.
The US Army's Textron M5 base platform for robotic combat vehicles and is upfitted and supported for racer autonomy integration hardware, stacks and software by Carnegie Robotics. Currently being tested with tactics software, once they're ready for deployment, they'll be a fearsome addition to the US's arsenal. They'll join...
You know what, as a European, my friends, this is shocking. I'm not going to even pretend I'm happy. I mean, no, actually I'm happy because I love America, but we don't have those, right? Well, but the title also says, this is why the US military is 50 years ahead of its enemies. Pay attention. Enemies. Europe? Not an enemy at all. Best friends, actually.
The Titan UGV, a fully modular hybrid UGV or unmanned ground vehicle based on Milrem's The Miz, or Tracked Hybrid Modular Infantry System. The vehicle is intended to save the lives of soldiers as it performs critical and hazardous tasks currently handled by warfighters in the combat zone. The Titan integrates the battlefield-tested robotic system and controller from Q&A and the Miz UGV platform with the modular mission payload developed by Milrem and can be reconfigured to enhance mission effectiveness. The platform includes 2 track modules connected by a payload frame and measures 79 inches long, 80...
No. This is the equivalent of, in the military of a golf cart. What the hell is this?
3 inches wide and 40 inches high. It offers a payload bay area of 72 inches by 48 inches and has a curb weight of 2,000 pounds. The maximum payload of up to 1,500 pounds typically includes an earth-moving blade and bucket, casualty evacuation litter racks, logistics support basket and truck mounts, anti-personnel obstacle breaching system mounts, a counter-improvised explosive device or CIED, roller rake mount and CIED sensing systems. The vehicle can also be interfaced with third-party payloads such as remote weapon stations, interrogation arms, reconnaissance, surveillance and target acquisition systems, chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear defense, and route clearance missions. This flexibility increases efficiency while reducing life cycle costs and soldier workload. It offers optimal off-road mobility and can be transported by helicopters either internally or as a slung load. Speaking of injured soldiers, one of the most common injuries that US troops have to contend with has nothing to do with battle.
Let's all be honest. From 0 to 100, do you guys think there is zero chance that people in the military made one of those bring them some beers? From 0 to 100, zero chance that happened? Can you imagine all of them together? Robot, come! So maybe it's zero, actually. They cannot drink, right?
Rather, it's the scourge of lower back pain from lugging around up to 100 pounds of gear and ammunition. In fact, the Army had an average of 460 diagnoses of back overuse every day in 2019, according to the Army Public Health Center. Meanwhile, lumbar support injuries accounted for more than 1 million lost duty days in 2018.
You know what? My back is also not the best.
According to military medicine. Easing that pain is the main idea behind the Sabre exoskeleton, the Soldier Assistive Bionic Exosuit for Resupply, or Sabre.
Saber. The only saber I know is lightsaber. Skeleton. The only skeleton I know is the one I own.
For short, uses passive elastic
What is
bands
this?
to take up much of the force needed to move objects that otherwise would be placed on the human body. Though it weighs just 3 pounds, this lightweight, low-profile, non-powered, wearable tool reduces stress on soldiers' backs by more than 100 pounds while lifting objects and increases
Wait, is that available on Amazon or something?
their endurance by over 60%.
I need that.
It's not quite the Iron Man style system that the word exoskeleton brings to mind, but making soldiers' loads that much lighter and easier to bear makes them more effective. And that might be more important while DARPA develops battle exoskeletons, especially when you consider the latest weapons US troops are being equipped with. Take the Ohio Ordnance Reaper machine gun.
My god, I would love to buy that to impress my wife. See that big box? Right here. Oh, so strong.
For example, the Reaper, which stands for Recoil Enhanced Automatic Precision Rifle, is a belt-fed medium machine gun chambered in .338 Norma Magnum, which can be converted to NATO standard 7.62 by 51mm. This bigger round allows it to outperform the old 7.62 NATO in every way. The 7.62 NATO throws a
Comparing with the other stuff, just a machine gun. Let's be real.
147 grain round at 2,800 feet per second and has about 2,000 fewer foot-pounds of energy than the Reaper. In contrast, the Reaper is capable of chucking a 300 grain projectile 2,700 feet per second, which can pierce military-issued body armor or thin-skinned vehicles up to 620 feet away. The Reaper weighs 26.8 pounds and is 51.7 inches long. Although lighter
Damn, this one looks amazing.
than the M240, it's still quite a load to carry. However, the stock can fold and the gun can break down into 3 pieces very quickly and fit in a backpack. It has a
Oh, it's kind of like Lego.
firing rate of 600 rounds per minute and utilizes a quick change barrel system that can be swapped with a single hand. But whereas the key benefit of the Reaper is its added power and mobility, the main advantages of the
Okay, never mind. This is looking sick right now. What?
Dillon Aero M134D minigun are its speed and accuracy. The accuracy is largely
crazy.
because the M134D is electronically driven and thus virtually free of recoil. When properly mounted, it moves only slightly aft, without any tendency to pitch or yaw. This
Wait, no recoil, does not shake. What? Ow!
stability is vital in aiming and target retention, which, combined with high rates of fire and extremely dense shot grouping, allows the M134D to suppress multiple targets in short periods. When firing any weapon, especially machine guns, there is a risk of error due to movement in 3 key areas: platform, gun, and target. Movement error becomes more pronounced as the range to the target increases, but the M134D counters this by increasing the number of shots per second, thus reducing the amount of time between each observed impact. It can fire 3,000 rounds per minute, that's 50 rounds.
What? 3,000? 3000? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love to count because they call me the count. What?
Per second, with 1/50th of a second between each shot. That means it can fire 4 rounds in the time it takes an M240 to fire 1. The multi-barrel design of the M134D also ensures that each barrel only experiences a 500 rounds per minute rate of fire. This allows for repeated long bursts of fire, a barrel group life of approximately 100,000 rounds, and a system life of over 1.
This is the definition of never judge a book for the cover. Damn. My friends, honestly, okay, can I get a like for the American military? By the way, the title, totally true, not a lie, actually facts. I'm sold.
1.5 million rounds. Furthermore, in the unlikely event of a stoppage, the weapon can be serviced and made operational again in under a minute. No wonder
At this point, it's just America flexing.
then that the M134D or component systems are currently employed by all branches of the US military and in more than 30 countries. Unbelievable speed is also the key feature of the Scorpion mobile mortar system from Global Military Products,
Scorpion.
which offers the perfect balance between mobility and lethality. On the battlefield, repositioning frequently makes it harder for an enemy to launch an effective counterattack and vice versa. That's where the Scorpion is a game changer. It can be loaded onto any wheeled or tracked vehicle weighing over 1.5 tons with no structural reinforcement required. Then, much like a Scorpion's stinger, the mortar
So pickup trucks, all of them work.
system swings out of the back of the truck in an arc until it reaches its final position, with its base plate pressed against the ground. That takes roughly 30 seconds and can be initiated as soon as the truck comes to a stop. Within another 15 seconds, a skilled two-man crew can fire the first 81 or 120mm mortar round downrange. In the first minute, the Scorpion is capable of firing 12 rounds, with the rate of fire slowing to 4 rounds per minute thereafter. More importantly, the Scorpion can be stowed and driven away a mere 21 seconds after the last shot is fired. However, the system is much more than a simple deployable mortar tube. It features a weather station that unfolds as part of the deployment to improve accuracy, and the high-tech fire control system uses double GPS units to determine the truck's location and orientation, compares that location to assigned targets, and calculates the ballistic trajectory of multiple munition types. There's also an electronics cabinet that houses control systems for the elevation and direction of the gun, communication systems, and an independent battery. That's a huge upgrade on the standard mortar system, which in many respects hasn't changed much since World War II. But it hasn't really had to, like the next item in our list, the classic landmine. But just because it doesn't need an upgrade doesn't mean that it can't benefit from one. Forget the old-fashioned buried mine
Landmines, no one uses that anymore, right?
that resemble dinner plates or frisbees. The XM204 looks like a large suitcase, but instead of clothes, it carries 4 top-attack submunitions that pop up and hit the thinner armor on top of a tank. The Army doesn't call the XM204 a landmine, and for good reason. Mines have been widely condemned because of the harm they do to civilians, even decades after they are deployed. Instead, the XM204 is described as a wide-area top-attack munition or terrain-shaping obstacle. The 80-pound munition uses acoustic sensors to hear the approach of incoming tracked vehicles, like tanks. Once identified, it starts tracking the target vehicle. When the vehicle is a certain distance away, the XM204 will shoot a submunition into the air, firing the warhead down at the target within the zone of authority. By hitting the enemy from a top-down position, it not only ensures better accuracy, but also reduces the possibility of accidentally hitting friendly forces. The device itself is
Yo, this technology is crazy.
also equipped with a self-destruct system with a variety of settings to prevent the possibility that it will lie dormant for years after a conflict has come to an end. One of the intended uses of the XM204 is its ability to provide sufficient defense when a small unit of soldiers is outnumbered and outmaneuvered. The group can deploy the easily portable XM204 to help them hold down their position until reinforcements arrive. In that respect, it's like a portable minefield. And ultimately, it may replace the landmine altogether. Speaking of minefields, the US has also developed revolutionary tech for clearing them, the M58 Mine Clearing Line Charge, or MICLIC. This is a rocket-projected mine-clearing line charge used to provide a close-in demining capability for the US Army and Marine Corps. It's essentially a cable fitted with explosive charges. Drawn by a rocket into a minefield, the cable lands in a straight line and then detonates, destroying conventionally fused landmines in a lane 8.75 yards wide by 109 yards long. The MICLIC system consists of a trailer, a launcher assembly, an M147 firing kit, an M58A3 line charge, and a 5-inch Mark 22 Mod 4 rocket. The line charge is 350 feet long.
Okay, my friends, I will try to not pause that much anymore, but are you guys aware of those? Or are you guys also seeing this for the first time?
And contains 5 pounds per linear foot of C4 explosive. If it fails to detonate normally, it can be manually activated by time delay fuses every few feet along its length. The M147 firing kit can also be mounted on the M60 AVLB and the M1150 assault breacher vehicle. No doubt, given the focus on autonomous military systems these days, we'll see autonomous mine-clearing tech sooner or later. But it's not just vehicles that are going autonomous, like we've already seen. Missiles are becoming autonomous too.
Oh boy.
André is developing a new line of air-breathing, software-defined autonomous cruise missiles called Barracuda.
Wait, don't tell me that missile have legs or something.
The Barracuda family of weapons leverages a modular design that enables the missiles to be mass-produced at low cost and high volume. Each of the 3 variants, Barracuda 100, Barracuda 250, and Barracuda 500, varies in size, range, and payload capacity. However, all of the systems can be fitted with additional capabilities to support a range of missions and launch mechanisms. What's more, powered by Anduril's Lattice for Mission Autonomy software, the Barracuda missiles are designed to be deployed in teams. The autonomy used in the systems enables them to better understand their environment and fly in a collaborative formation with other missiles to identify targets, manage survivability, and perform complex maneuvers. Barracudas are deployable from air, ground, and maritime platforms and are compatible with a variety of military systems, including fifth-generation aircraft, surface vessels, and MLRS launchers. Of course, with all of these newfangled drones and missiles raining down, stopping them has become a crucial area of military R&D. In that regard, also from André comes the Pulsar family of modular, multi-mission capable electronic warfare or EW systems. Powered by AI, Pulsar can be deployed statically on vehicles or aerial drones, from where it can rapidly identify and defeat a range of existing and future EM threats, including
Okay, so a jet like the F-22 Raptor or the F-35 at this point have AI. All of them have AI.
small and medium-sized drones. Pulsar integrates a software-defined radio, a graphics processing unit, and additional diverse computing capabilities, which allows radio frequency machine learning to identify and adapt to emerging threats at the edge quickly. This offers a range of capabilities including electronic countermeasures, counter-unmanned systems, electronic support, electronic attack, direction finding, geolocation, and other advanced EW capabilities. Pulsar's modular form factor also makes it highly adaptable. It can intelligently and autonomously scan a wider range of the electromagnetic spectrum, detect known threats and anomalous events, and significantly reduce the time needed to deploy new EW effects down to hours and days. In a similar vein to Pulsar is Leonidas, a microwave-based defense system from Epirus. It's a
I love the name.
mobile, ground-based weapon system designed to defeat cruise missiles, UAS, and rockets using microwave transmissions. High-performance microwave signals can be adjusted to have a range of impacts, ranging from jamming devices to physically destroying electrical systems. This
Wait, did the American military create the microwave?
provides a phased array of protection for a military installation or concentration of troops. Operators focus a wide-arcing, high-powered burst of microwave energy on incoming drones that destroys their electronics, knocking them out of the sky. Even better, Leonidas system upgrades can be rapidly deployed without the need for installing new hardware. This allows continuous enhancement of the system, optimizing its electromagnetic waveforms to achieve more efficient firing tactics against longer-range targets. There are dozens more jaw-dropping US military inventions we could share with you, with cutting-edge developments being announced seemingly by the day. But which of the inventions and technologies that we've presented in this video impresses you the most? Which are going to make the biggest difference on the battlefield? What radical new military technology would you like to see? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Okay, my friends, thank you so much for watching this. I can confirm the title is not clickbait, it's actually true. America is 50 years ahead of the competition. The one that ended up impressing me the most, I don't even know, my friends. I think all of them. See, this one is difficult to believe it's real. Okay, in terms of appearance, this one looks so damn scary, my friends. Well, that said, thank you so much for watching this with me. Really means a lot. Leave me a like if you love the American military videos. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.